What's up, YouTube? How you doing? It's Fox Daddy Vapes, and I've got a juice review for you. Let me just get the can right now, or the container. It is Vintage E-Liquids, the Lover. It's really great juice. And it comes in this little stylish, looks like a little Zippo, little dripper thing. It's a little weird on it, but we'll get that out later. All around, it's a really good flavor. Yeah, let's jump right into it. Alright, so today I'm going to be dripping this baby on my Tobacco DNA 30 tube mod, and for this particular juice, let me just get it out of power lock mode so I can. For this particular juice, I like to vape it around 15 to 20 watts. I do have a 1.1 ohm coil in here. I'm going to put it at 20. First things first, let's check out the vapor that it puts off at 20 watts. Really good vapor. Like I said, it's a 1.1 ohm coil. I've got a lot of cotton in there just because, but whatever. I use a lot of cotton because it wicks it up better. But I just, it's got a 1.1 ohm micro coil in there. Nothing fancy. But gets the job done. Now, the vapor production is good. Let me just do another drag for you real quick. I'll give you another angle so you can actually see. It's pretty damn good. Now let's jump right into the flavor that it's putting off. This flavor is guava, papaya, and orange, which I love orange, but I've also come to love the sweeter notes that the guava and the papaya put in there. I mean, it you can taste the orange, but the orange kind of takes a back seat to the guava mostly, and then the papaya also. The guava more so than the papaya. I personally love guava. It's sweet. It's I don't know how to tropical tasting, yeah. But I really enjoy it. Definitely it's gonna get a high mark on flavor, and yeah. Alright, so the next little segment that I'm going to be putting into the rest of my videos is the kind of aroma you get when you blow it out of your nose, stuff like that. That aroma is just killer, dude. Killer. It is like it's heavy on the guava and the papaya again, but you also get more smell of the orange when you blow it out of your nose. It's extremely sweet, which is very, very pleasant. And I've been vaping on this juice pretty good. I've had this for about a week, and this little part inside is the actual bottle. As you can see, I've had it for a week, and it's almost at the bottom of that little bubble, so I'm running out. It's very sad. I'm gonna have to go pick up some more. It's delicious. Okay, so let's talk about the pros of this juice. Okay, the pros are vapor production is great. It's dense. It's not like so dense that you can chew on it, but you can still do tricks with it if you want to. I mean, like, as you can see, I'm still getting pretty good O's, and they're dissipating kind of quickly, but it's also because this is I believe it's a 50-50 blend, so it's got a lot of PG. The second pro I'm going to talk about is the flavor. It's phenomenal. It's that perfect balance between like fruity and get a little bit of tanginess from the orange, but not really. I mean, it's mainly sweet, and it's sometimes if you put like a fresh wick in there and just douse the wick, it almost kind of reminds me of like a dessert blend. Almost like a cream, but not necessarily like a cream. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you were to have like strawberry shortcake or something like that. Like it's not necessarily creamy. It's just really sweet. It reminds me of dessert. It's really nice for the end of the night. Um, I would recommend this definitely. Now the third pro, I'm going to say that the aroma is just extravagant. I mean, the it has an awesome room note. Every time I vape this, everybody always tells me how much, how good it smells. You know, how they've smelled other vaping things. They taste great, but the room note's not very good. And you know, hey, I mean, it can't be great all the way around. All right. Now, let's jump into the cons. There are not very many. I believe I have one. Alright, so my one and only con is that if you haven't vaped in like an hour or two, um, because it is a PGVG blend, you can get a little bit of harshness in the back of your throat when you're inhaling it. Sometimes you feel it down in your lungs if you take a big hit right off the bat. I mean, I've been hitting it pretty steady, so it's not bothering me right now. But it's a subjective thing. Some people are used to high PG. I'm not. I prefer. Where's the bottle? This right here. I prefer blends like this. The Vaping Monkey, um, Vaping Monkeys blends, because a lot of their blends are 70% VG and 30% VG. Or I got that backwards. 70-30 VG to PG ratio. So you have more vegetable glycerin and less propylene glycol. So you get more vapor and a little bit less throat hit, and you do sacrifice a little bit of flavor. But if you are um, changing your wicks and cleaning your coils as they're needed to be cleaned. If you have gunky coils, it's going to affect the flavor. If you have a gunky wick, it's going to affect the flavor. You know, as long as you're maintaining your RDA, the lesser amount of PG is really not going to come into effect that much. Oh, one other con is the price. This is a 15 milliliter bottle, or uh, I guess I'll just call it. Yeah, I'll just call it a bottle. It's a 15 milliliter bottle. It cost me $15. It's on the pricier side, but the main reason is that these vintage e-liquids, they are aged. So somebody takes into somebody takes the time to make it, and then they age it until the flavor is exactly where they want it. It's aged, so it's kind of like aged whiskey or something like that. People aging their alcohol. You pay top dollar for an alcohol that has been aged longer, because it has time. All the elements have time to mature, and the flavors have the chance to marry together and things like that. So that's the main reason why I don't have a problem paying for it. Yeah, so those are my only two cons, guys. I mean, sometimes first thing in the morning when you wake up, it has a little bit of a throat hit, and then the price. I mean, $15 for 15 mil. I mean, this Vaping Monkey stuff, this cost me $10 for a 10 mil, or $10.99, so $11. And then if I was to get a 30 mil bottle, which is usually what I get. If I find a flavor that I like, I just buy the bigger bottles of it, whatever's available. The 30 ml bottle ran me $19.95. So with the Vaping Monkey versus um, the vintage e-liquids, they tend to be on the cheaper side, but I don't really notice that big of a quality difference. So that's one thing to look out for too. Alright guys, so this video is kind of dragging on a little bit. It's about 10 minutes long, so I'm going to cut it a little short. I'm going to stop it right there. I'm not going to go in any more in depth. Would I recommend this to somebody? Definitely. If you like sweet, fruity flavors and you like that good vapor production, but it also doesn't sacrifice on flavor too, this is definitely the juice for you. For me, flavor, out of scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give the flavor a 9. It's damn near perfect. I love it. It's a good blend. You don't get too much of one thing, and the things that you do get a little bit more of are very, very pleasant and sweet. On vapor production, let me just take another drag real quick. I'm going to give the vapor production a 10 out of 10. It's nice and thick, and it's right around where I like it. There are other juices that are thicker that I would give like an 8 or a 9, just because I do like really, really thick, dense, in your face vape that you can you feel like you can chew it, but and sometimes you just want to yeah, this is a good like all day vape. Throat hit slash lung fill, as some people call it. The throat hit's not too bad. The only time the throat hit tends to be a bit of a pain in the ass is when you haven't vaped for a few hours. Like if you went to sleep and woke up in the morning and wanted to vape real quick. The throat hit, it can be a little bit harsh on the throat, but that's really just vaping in general anyway. That's kind of subjective too. So yeah, throat hit and lung fill, I'm gonna give it on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being bad, 10 being good. I'm gonna give that probably about a 6. It's not terrible, and once you've been vaping on it, it's not a problem for a little while anyway. And once it goes away, it stays away until you haven't used the juice for a long time. So it's not that big of a deal. Overall, I'm gonna give this juice overall an 8 out of 10. It's definitely a great juice. I picked it up at my local vape shop. It's in Delaware on Route 2. It's called the VapeEscape. They have it on sale for $15 for a 15 ml bottle. They don't come. This juice doesn't come in a 30 ml bottle. They only sell it in 15s. It's $15. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but if you're a flavor chaser like I am, it's definitely a flavor that you want to try at least once. And right now they actually do have testers of it down there at VapeEscape. So if you're in the New Jersey, Delaware area, and that's within driving distance, definitely I'll link the address in the description below. Well, until next time, this will be Fox Daddy Vapes. Have a good one.